teachers going, everyone going. Plus, there would be a framework that the government would give us. So it's not that I'm playing against bureaucracy or that I have to go curry favor anyone, but it could be done. I think it's the best way that private players could impact the government sector.
I agree with you. Having a formal training program, you just fill in the blanks, so go in and do what you need to do. Yeah, excellent idea. We'll talk about it when we see it. We'll see how we can take that forward. Yeah. We've got some questions from the floor. We have time for just 2 questions. Do we have any questions? Any questions? Raise your hand if you have any questions. Great! 100 out of 100 for a panel discussion, Swati. Okay, you have a question. Okay, let's.
I think the teachers community, you all should put some pressure to move Anganwadi education from the Women and Child Development Ministry into the Education Ministry. Actually one of the great infirmities of the Indian education system is that teachers are very scared of making any kind of political statements. We don't want to get involved, but see, ultimately the policy has to be designed by teachers, the education policy. Right now it's been designed by babus who have no idea of what is education really. And their idea of education is the stick in the village. A child doesn't learn, they hit the child. And we've seen it actually happening even today in some of the rural schools outside Bangalore. I saw a teacher with a big stick going into a class. I think that teachers.
You're absolutely right, sir. You absolutely hit the nail on the head. There are a few state governments that have taken the initiative that you just mentioned. They are actually called co-located Anganwadis. So they actually bring the Anganwadi into the school premises so that the Anganwadi gets to share the school infrastructure, it's supervised, and there's a lot of research to show that even if the Anganwadi has a compound wall, as simple as that, the enrollment numbers just go up. So you're absolutely right. However, in a country as complex, as large, and as spread out as ours, these pose more of technical challenges. And I think the government is engaging with many stakeholders to understand how best to do it with minimal cost. But you're right, that is a great way to go forward.
Why don't you all write letters to the editor and all complain? I've never seen from a teacher. I've never received a letter from an editor, from any teacher in anything that we've written about.
Yeah, I think more people need to start speaking about it, especially educators themselves. I mean, they seem to be now like a silent majority who just are thrown some curriculums, etc. They just go, led in the class and just impose on them. I think instead of becoming passive recipients, they need to become active change makers. So I think that's something every one of us in the hall should take that message back. Let's move from being passive to become active policy makers, change makers, because education is too important, especially early childhood education, to be left to bureaucrats and policy makers. Everyone needs to get involved. I think we've had a great discussion. I thank my wonderful panelists, Amrita, Swati, Kausar and Arundavi. Thank you so much. Can we have their mementos, please?